Let's make every score sheet a great score sheet. Starting from the top, this score sheet has everything it needs. It has the date, the grade, the venue. The home team is in the right place on the top left. The away team then is on the bottom left. The players' names are all written well and very readable. Now we get to the actual scoring. So we can see the players' positions in the first quarter. They're all written nice and small, especially up on the home team. There's plenty of room there for any rolling subs or changes that need to be made. You can see in the second quarter there were some changes made, and they were made small enough so there's still room and for plenty of changes to be made. Top tip for positional changes. Do not worry about who is coming off the court when there's a rolling sub happening. Just put on who is going on and what position they're in. Next, let's look at goals scored. This scorer has left herself plenty of room for those goal shooters that like to score plenty of goals. This is so important if you have a really high scoring game. Also, please note how this scorer has marked down the goals. She's got the 4 lines with the 5th line going through them for the 5 goals. This saves space and it also makes it easier to count up the tally at the end. Tip number 2 for scorers. Communicate with your co-scorer using the name of the shooter, not the position. That way, if you have missed a change, the person who's scoring the goals will get the goals allocated to them and not the wrong person. Don't forget, it's 1 goal against the shooter, 1 goal on the progressive score. If you do this every time, the goals will add up at the end of the quarter. These scorers have been communicating on every goal, and at the end of every quarter, they've communicated and tallied up each quarter. Down the bottom of the quarter, we can see the goals scored. Then over on the right in the progressive score, they have circled the cumulative total at the end of each quarter. If there's a mistake, we can see they've very neatly scrubbed it out and made it very clear what the correction is. The cumulative totals down the bottom of the progressive score there are matching on the other score sheet. The centre passes down the bottom of the progressive score, you can see they have written down who takes the first centre pass of each quarter. This is very important. If the umpires don't tell you, make sure you do catch it at the start of the quarter. And lastly, when it's all finished, make sure everything tallies up, both score sheets matched, and that the umpires and the captains have both signed both score sheets before you walk away from the scoring table. If you're feeling really nice, you can make sure once everything's signed and done, you could tear out the top copy of the score sheet and leave it for the home team to collect. There should always be 1 copy left in the scorebook and 1 copy left with the home team every single week. And that's it. Hopefully you can make a great score sheet.